Am I the a-hole for leaving my husband after I found he has been lying to me for 3 years? My husband and I have been together since college. We are both in our mid-30s and have a 3-year-old child. My husband makes a decent living. After taxes, our monthly take-home is $10,400. I am currently a stay-at-home mom, SAHM, but when our child becomes older, I plan to go back to work part-time. Once they are back in school full-time, I will also go back to work full-time. My take-home wouldn't be as high. I was a caseworker for Kamba, earning around $50,000 to $60,000. The issue is that around 4 years ago, his mother became sick, and she was the primary caregiver for his older brother, who has special needs. My husband informed me that his mother had things set up in the event she could not care for herself or his brother. He did ask if I would be against the idea of supporting both of them. He mapped it out honestly and told me it would delay a lot. Our retirement contributions would be lower, as would the college fund for our child. In total, he estimated that about half of his take-home would go to supplementing both his mother and brother. They do receive Social Security, SNAP, and rental vouchers. Half of his income would go to activities, additional services, and aid that goes beyond what Medicaid covers. I found out he has been lying to me because over the past 3 or so months, he has been acting weird. I started to look around and discovered that the PCA hours provided by Medicaid for his mother and brother are going to be cut next year, so he has to look to supplement those hours that will be lost. This is also when I found his credit card statement, which revealed that over 3 or so years, he has amassed $37,000 in credit card debt while providing said care and using his income. When I confronted my husband about all of this, he told me he did what he had to do to ensure everything was cared for. He used the credit cards to cover some of the costs required to care for his mother and brother, so it did not all come out of his income, and he believed it would not completely undermine our contributions. When I asked him about his mother's plan if something were ever to happen to her, he just told me that it turns out he was the plan. That got me upset, and I told him that his mother's lack of planning should not impact our future or our child's future. I said his mother and brother would have to live with what little they have. My husband exploded at me and called me heartless and selfish. I tried to explain to him that helping them only makes it so that if we end up in their situation, our child could feel guilty just like he is now, delaying their entire future. I said our duty is to our child first and foremost. Everyone else can come after that. At this stage, my husband told me I did not understand because my parents were well off. He said he refuses to let his mother and brother live in squalor for whatever time they have left. He said his mother is going to die sooner or later, and his brother is in a good group home at the moment, but it is not fully covered. So he covers the remainder and contributes to his daily living account. I told him he had to stop this. We could not afford it. He told me to mind my business and that if I cared at all or was worried, I should go ask my parents for money since they have it in spades, or get a job that actually pays worth a damn. At that point, I left. He had no issue with me doing the work I did in the past. But now money is tight because of a choice he made, and he rages at me. I get it. Shit happens and life is unfair. But I just don't understand why his choice should have an overall negative impact on not only our future, but our child's future. So, am I the a-hole for leaving my husband after I found he had been lying to me for 3 years?